All right. Good evening or good afternoon where Lucy is, and good evening over here to the viewers of Sports for All. Tonight we have with us the Ice Queen herself, Lucy Wildheart. She's a bantamweight. She's a professional boxer, and she's seven. Well, correct me if I'm wrong, Lucy. 7-1-0, 7-1-0 with 3 KOs.
That's correct.
And your next fight is on the 30th in Malta. So I'm curious. Your fights are everywhere. I saw. I read somewhere you even fought in Ghana. Um, so how do you schedule these fights? And yeah, you're fighting everywhere.
Yeah, we used to say we're on a world tour. I mean, my career so far has been a bit of a roller coaster, to be honest. And when you're in a situation where I've been, where I come from Sweden, moved to England, and so I've needed to take the fights I can. I haven't picked opponents. I haven't done this and that. I've just gone for it, and for that reason, I'm like, I have 8 fights. I think I've fought in 6 different countries, and I know there's more to come as well. And I mean, I don't mind. I really enjoy travel the world. I can see so much and meet so many people. So for that reason and experience, I do really enjoy it. My fight in Ghana was a massive experience. I won't take it back. I loved every minute of it, even if it was hard, different circumstances that is very difficult to explain for people. We got a win. We did our job, and we did have a good time as well. Next one in Malta, great opportunity, which is for the WBC International title as well, and it will all be streamed and shown on the UK platform Fight Zone. So I'm really looking forward to that. It's only 4 weeks away. Yeah, I mean, I've got more fights coming up. It could be America next. It could be other places, and yeah, as long as the timing is right, we will obviously do it. We'll do it.
All right, Lucy, before we proceed, I'm with my colleagues Rika here, who's also a professional boxer. And
Hey, Lucy.
Hiya, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet
and
you.
Brian Yalong, who's known as the Godfather here in Manila.
Don't get ideas. Don't believe this.
All right. I want to ask you, Lucy, how did you come up with Ice Queen? Why Ice Queen?
It's not me. I think it's my manager and their team and other people that just because used to make the joke that I look quite grumpy. I walk around. I'm obviously focused, but I look grumpy. If I don't smile, I don't look nice. So, and Ice Queen has something about being cold, and I obviously look quite cold. So they start making that as a joke, and then yeah, yeah, it picked up on that. Really, it's nothing more special than that. Since then, I started working on my smile a little bit.
Okay, before I turn you over to Rika, what are your thoughts on boxers fighting YouTubers?
I mean, I think about fighters that work really, really hard, and people or them that struggle with money, be able to travel, get good training, and they still put all in 100% into the training and the life. And then it comes up these people, these YouTubers. I mean, it's up to them, and it's up to the entertainment of the sport as well. But I sort of feel sorry for the people that work so hard, and then it comes up someone that is a YouTuber, and they can just do this and that and that and that. That's my thought, really. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Okay, Rika.
Yes, thank you, Vince. Lucy, I really love your name. I love Ice Queen. It has a good ring to it, and I think it comes across as really fierce on the ring. But anyway, you are preparing for WBC, the international featherweight title, and you're 4 weeks out, right?
Yes.
How is fight camp, and what are the things that you're working on right now?
It's going good. It's I've had loads of meetings, there's sponsors coming up and all that, but I do focus on my training. That's my first prio. So at the moment, I'm training really hard, and the rest days I have, I literally just lay in the sofa and recover. I know this will be a hard fight. Hopefully the best and the hardest fight of my career, and that will be streamed on Fight Zone, and all that will be really, really good for me as well. Obviously, I want to showcase my skills for once, really do the good bits in there. So I have a great trainer, Sam Mullins. We train out of Churches Boxing in Waterloo, London, and he looks after me really well. We're going sparring. I've been traveling down to Portsmouth to base camp, gym buddy yesterday to train in their gym. I've been around, and we got more coming up as well, which is all to do as much of the preparations we can do in this stage. Yeah, that's
That sounds great. Yeah, but I'm just curious also. You are from Sweden, right?
I am.
And then you moved to London.
Yes.
Yes.
I live
Did you move because of boxing?
Yeah, boxing. I got an opportunity to come over to train full time, and I couldn't say no to that. And it's great. I mean, boxing in Sweden is not as big yet. It will be, but it's not yet. And England has some long story. It's loads of people knows about it or watch it on pubs and so. So yeah, I can't say no to such a great opportunity. And also there's more sparring here. There's more girls, people on the same mission as myself. Being around those people it brings up your performance. It does.
Yeah, tell me about it. That's such a that reason, that is a good reason enough, having girls to spar with, right?
Yeah.
You can just imagine how hard it is to get a girl to spar with, right, Lucy?
Yeah. It's still hard, but it works.
It's better there. It's better there. Well,
Better.
that's great. That sounds great. Thank you, Lucy.
Thanks.
Derek, Derek Bryan.
Me, Vince, any more questions or me already? Okay. Yeah, I was browsing through your bio, Lucy. I couldn't help but notice you also were into MMA and karate. Right.
That's right.
So how was the transition? I mean, was it easy for you to get into boxing, to end up in boxing right now?
Because I've done so many years, I've done karate since I was very, very young, and for many years, it was very hard to get into boxing and start using my arms in a different way, and the movements are different. And obviously, I was very strong on my legs back then, and that was my strength, was to work with my legs and in and out and move around and spin and so. And I don't know, it just boxing is so small movements and so much detail that I found it very difficult. And also I think in the early days I wanted to race so quick, so fast, and I stressed very much, so I didn't really relax and enjoyed it. And probably for that reason it made it hard for me to learn and go back to the basics. I mean, today I train basics every day because that are winning the fights for me. And but back then I didn't do. I want to do all the cool stuff that you know what you see on telly, what people doing, but it doesn't work that way. But it takes years to understand.
It's true. So any do you still practice them even though you're focusing on boxing right now? Do you still go back to your other mixed martial arts?
If I do it now, if I train, you mean the combat sport? Not really. I mean, if I got a chance to do a backspin or something on a bag for a little bit fun, I actually do it. I had a couple of sessions of karate last year after lockdown. I felt like I just need to do something a bit different. Some people go yoga. I did a couple of karate sessions, and I really enjoyed that. But I haven't stopped karate yet. I'm looking for when I get older, go back to it and get and finish. I want to go to Japan. I want to go around and train with other people in this sport as well. But obviously it's not now. But I have it on on the list, and I've still got my stuff hanging in the wardrobe, ready for when I want to do that.
All right. Well, for my last question, any chance you might be following the footsteps of Clarissa Shields?
Yeah, I think it's good. She does what she wants,
Mhm.
and that's the right way to do, and that's the way she will do it her best. If she want to do MMA, go for it, girl. I mean, it's why should someone tell you what to do? If you want to go MMA, she gets a good money out. She do something new. It's good for her body to move around differently as well. I mean, it's good to, if you stand in orthodox your whole life in boxing one way, maybe do a little bit southpaw would be good for your body and the strength in the body. So yeah, why not?
All right. Okay.
Yes.
Vince? Back. Nawala.
Maybe I
Oh,
can ask
yeah, please,
Lucy.
Rika.
Since I'm also a boxer, I have a lot of questions, especially for another female boxer. Lucy, um, it's we've gone far in female boxing, right? Since the beginning, we've had female boxers pave the way for us to have at least a better time out there. But what do you think is still lacking in terms of like exposure or compensation in female boxing? And if so, how do you think can we fix that?
I think we need more female boxers, and we need a skill to get up more, because once the skill get up, of course the money will come and the TV exposure will come, maybe more rounds will come. People need to watch more female boxing to get more interest in it. So I think you can't push it so much more than you can, more than keep training, and everyone they do a little bit here and then to bring it up. But yeah, as soon as the skill factor is up, like similar to the men's, I think the money will be there, but it's gonna take a couple more years. Otherwise, yeah, probably the money and exposure, and it's what we can do is to push for it, and show what we can do without going over the top. We need to show, entertain, but also quality boxing. I mean, all this way in. I mean, do funny stuff. It's up to all what they want to do, but we need great boxing, and like Katie Taylor and all them, they show a massive skill factor. Yeah, that's
Yes,
what I think we need.
you mentioned Katie Taylor, right? She's but you are in the same weight class. You were lightweight before, if I'm not mistaken.
I started as a lightweight because as an amateur I was around 60 kilo. So start lightweight. I knew I probably wouldn't end up lightweight within a couple of years, and now I'm featherweight, and this is the weight my body is most comfortable walking around in. Because I'm actually not that big, but it's so I'm in featherweight. What's that? 2 divisions away from her. Yeah.
Yeah, tell me about it. Weight cutting, right? that takes away all your energy during fights. But speaking of Katie Taylor, is she somebody that you want to face in the future?
I think because of different divisions, it won't happen. But at the same time, if you get a great opportunity to do something like that, yeah, you have to take it as well. I mean, I would love to. I'd love to go to Ireland or train with her, spar with her. I just, I would like to feel the feeling. That's absolutely true. She's been there for many years, and there's so many other boxers as well. I know Holly Holm is obviously in MMA now, but I've dreamt about being able to spar with her for years, or train with her for years. I can see what she's doing. She looks so fit and athletic. It would be, and she's been in the game for so long as well.
Yeah, but you also are very athletic. I checked out your Instagram, and you're doing CrossFit, you're doing gymnastics. So all these things, you're obviously very fit and you have very, very great skills. But I'm I just want to know, how do you train your mind to be mentally tough inside the ring? That's something that us females, it's not to say that we're not used to it, but we're not predisposed to be tough. So how did you train yourself to be mentally tough, especially in such a hard sport like boxing?
um, I suppose first I have a great trainer who is like feeling my feelings and want as much as I do, so I feel like I'm not alone. That I think that's important. Also, I've always been strong on what I want out of life, and when I decide I want something, I go for it, because otherwise it's not. If I don't do 100%, it's not going to turn out even close where I want. I don't know. I have a competitive mindset. I love to compete, and whatever I do, I sort of compete a little bit here and there with all and everyone, walking faster to the station or cleaning most in the house, all these sort of small things, because it makes myself laugh a little bit. I really like that. And when it gets tougher, like as hard as it gets, that's better for me. And that's what I'm telling myself, that I want it. I want it hard. I want it. I want pain. It's gonna hurt to be the best. And I always telling myself, all that I've done for so many years, that I'm literally have told myself that I need to dig deep if I want to go somewhere. And for after so many years of talking to yourself, you stop believing it as well. I do think I'm great. I do think I can do this. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here. Actually.
Exactly. You have to believe it first, right? For it
Yeah.
to be a reality. And speaking of being mentally fit to fight inside the ring, how for this WBC fight, is there any change that you do you train differently for this? Do you train harder for this? Is there more at stake in this fight than your other fights?
We have a strategy we put on, so we work towards that, and then we try to cover whatever can happen, really. So I'm prepared and ready for anything that can happen in there. We did the same in Ghana. I might train, not much harder, but smarter, a little bit more ready. It's a mental thing as well. I'm always going in there. I'm training like I'm fighting. I'm training like I'm in the competition, like I'm fighting her or the person I'm gonna face. So I'm already, and I am. What do you say? Visualizing. I see it happen. I see those movements, and she gonna do that. I do that. So always training in my head. So if I sit in the sofa, I'm still training, sort of thing.
That's amazing. That's actually an underrated part of boxing, right? Training your mind to visualize and to do the things that you want to do.
No, it gets the hours up as well. I mean, you don't need to everything physically, but being ready and being in there and know what you do. It's and then obviously you need to believe in it. Even if I run a 5k run, I'm still thinking about being in the boxing. All right, this is 20-minute run for me, and then okay, I'm gonna run it hard. 20 minutes. That's what my title fight will look like, and then I can see myself. Okay, now it's the first round, but I do this and that, and I'm on the running. So I already done 10 rounds, but I'm been running. So it sounds silly, but I believe it works.
It does. I believe so too. Do you dream about your do you dream about the things that you do inside the ring?
Yeah, I think since the first day I started boxing, this is the last thing and the first thing I think about in the morning. Boxing is taking over my life.
Do you sometimes, Lucy, do you sometimes feel that you're involuntarily punching or kicking when you're asleep? Because that happens to me. Right?
Yeah, you feel it too. Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
And then you.
Right.
I know.
Right. sorry
Well,
for the person beside us, or if there's like somebody who's sleeping in the other room, they might think we're fighting somebody.
yeah, no, it's so true, it's so true. It's funny, it's not only me, but you too as well.
I know it feels. I feel better now that I'm not the only one.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, you mentioned about your coach, about how important he is in your fight camp. Well, boxing is a lonely sport. It's just
Mm.
us most of the time. How important is your team, your coach, everybody who works with you in contributing to your success inside the ring? Even though you're the only one coming to the ring, but how important is the team for your success?
For me personally, it's very important. I like to feel like I have a team around me and they believe in me. I mean, I do believe myself, but also feeling that someone else helping you and they want to do it for you. I mean, I'm very grateful. And for some reason, I mean, like my coach can drive me to a sparring. It's very helpful. My manager is there. Sorting some bits out to make it more easy for me, because I haven't had it easy until I got into this sort of setup, and I've struggled a lot with this and that and moving and things. So I'm so grateful now. I have this, so I'm grabbing it with my all the heart. And yeah, it's such a difference. It's
Yeah.
such a difference. It does make me more happy, and you know, because to be honest, it makes it a little bit more easy for me.
Mhm.
But at the same time, it allows me to train harder and make better out of focus more on what I need to do. They do what they need to do. I do what I need to do. So I get more quality out of all of it,
Mhm.
which is very helpful.
For sure. I mean, you are doing all the hard work. You have to have a great team behind you to at least alleviate some of that
Yeah.
that hardship. Anyway, but you said a while ago that you like competing and you like hard things. Is that the reason why you chose boxing? Because boxing, as you said, is no joke. You have to like perfect the fundamentals and everything like that.
Yeah, I mean, boxing is an entertainment sport, but at the same time, it is anything can happen in that ring. Even if I suppose I feel great for 8 rounds. I can't just think, oh, I'm winning now, because everything can happen. It's one punch away, you slip and you same time someone hit you. It's you need to be focused, you need to be ready, and with the training you need to do, because everyone at the top, the training is so hard and literally training the asses off, and to be there with them or be above them or get there is so much you need to do. And for that reason, I believe you need to put every day 24/7 hour, 24 hour a day into what you do, with the nutrition, with the sleep, with the food, with how much travel or less you do, anything. Because
Mm.
everyone gonna do it, and in the end, it's only the mindset that is the difference. That's what I'm telling myself as well.
Wow, but that's amazing because you had 7 fights and you won, if I'm not mistaken, 5 of them, right?
I have 8 fights. I won 7. Yeah.
You won seven
Mm,
fights. That's amazing. So that's like consistency all throughout, right?
mm.
Of doing the fundamentals. You
Yeah. Yes.
love it. You obviously love it.
We done something right. Yeah.
Yes,
All my
that's
fights hasn't been easy, but yeah, we done something right, and well, I've done something right, which is good.
that's amazing. That's such a great inspiring feat for a female boxer. Anyway, I think Vince is here.
Yeah.
Vince, are you back with us?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
We
lost my
thought you left
Wi-Fi
us.
signal. I
yeah.
lost my Wi-Fi signal. I, you know, I clearly remember I paid for it, but I don't know why I lost. I don't know why I lost my signal. Anyway, yeah, Lucy, I noticed you're wearing a CrossFit shirt. Is that part of your training? Is CrossFit something you do as cross training into another sport for boxing?
I would like to call it another sport for boxing, yeah, like a B sport. I do a little bit of competition here within as well, and I would like to do more in future. Once I finish boxing, I would like to have this as my second sport. But for me, CrossFit, many people think, are you doing CrossFit? But for me, CrossFit it can be intervals on a treadmill, it can be 400 meters on a track run, it can be rowing, it can be the strength I do, it can be normal strength, the normal boxers do in the gym. Basically, it could be swimming, it could be all of it. And what they've done within CrossFit and CrossFit in the world, they all put it all together. So basically, you could do all and everything. You just do it, put it together, and this is the name of it. So I do what other people do as well, but it is called CrossFit, and I just call it CrossFit because it's simple and it's easy, and I'm in a CrossFit gym. But yeah, since I've done more of this and more I would call a lot of high intense training, yeah, my fitness has gone up a lot. It's not, I never come to a gym and feel like, oh, I'm not fit enough, and I have that feeling makes me be able to focus on the skill. So when I come to a boxing gym, I can focus on the boxing, on the skill only. I don't need to do so much of this and that extra. So I get much more boxing training out of my training when I'm in the gym with my coach.
All right. I read in an article on boxingsocial.com, um, uh, and you mentioned something that you're incorporating more technical technique into your boxing. Is this and that there's a lot of power, a lot of aggressiveness in your boxing. Is this an effort to diversify your style, make it more difficult for your opponents to figure you out by adding a little bit more finesse into your boxing?
Yes, definitely. I'm trying to cover it all. I mean, if I can cover it all, I will win my fights, and that's with the fitness or aggressiveness or the technical skill or movements or anything I need to do to win my fights. I will do. Then it's like it's a little bit up to strategy as well. But always be able to go back to the fitness and push through a fight if I need to, and I know I can do it. But I wanna look good. I wanna do things perfectly as well. So I'm very much working on my technical skill every day. I do.
And since you used to do karate, was there a thought of even or considering even getting into kickboxing, which is a mixture of kicks and punches?
Not competing kickboxing, but I did train quite a lot kickboxing within the window between karate and boxing. So I did a little bit of that. Also, when I was amateur, I joined a club where it was a kickboxing club, and I did my amateur boxing out of that club because I could always get sparring, and there was fear, and there was moving around. Very happy community as well. Yeah, so if I didn't find boxing, maybe who knows? I could have done kickboxing or something like that.
Can you tell us a bit about the person you'll be fighting on the 30th in Malta?
Yeah, so her name is Enrolisa de Leon. She's from the Dominica Republica. Yeah, I think you say that way. It'd be a tough fight. She's a tough opponent. She likes to come forward. I haven't seen her go backwards. She threw loads of shots, loads of body shots, and she's aggressive, which is quite fun because I believe this will be a good fight for me, and it will be a fight that looks good, and a lot I can do within that fight. Yeah. I actually have a really good feeling for this.
Okay.
I know she will come for the win. That's the most important. She come for the win.
All right, Brian.
Okay, we have a question from somebody here. I don't, for you, Lucy. His name is Peter Isleta. He was asking if you were not a boxer, what would you do?
If I wasn't boxing, I would probably own a ranch in Texas, have a few horses.
Wow,
I would ride my horse to the shop where I buy my milk in the morning and my bread for breakfast.
that sounds good.
A bit different. Eh,
Maybe.
yeah, Lucy, I'm sure you've heard about our boxing hero here in the Philippines, Manny Pacquiao.
Yes,
So,
yes.
so what can you say about him?
So, interesting fighter. He fights all and everyone, and he throws loads of shots, and he's done some really, really good stuff. Has he won in 5 different divisions as well?
I,
I think
yeah, I think eight. Am I correct, Rika? Eight,
Yeah,
eight,
it,
eight, eight divisions, right?
8, 8. I mean, it's amazing, amazing.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I would like to meet him one day, if possible, but we'll see.
Yeah. So he's already 42, but he's still gonna fight Errol Spence, right? In
Yeah.
August. Do you think? What's your take on that?
No, he'll win that. I think. Yeah.
He'll win it.
Yeah, he has a great. It looks like he has great mindset, and he does what he needs to do to win his fights. It's no, I think it'd be good.
Do you
What
think?
date? Do you know what date? Do you know what date is it?
I'm not yet sure. I don't think it. Because the last time I read, there was a legal thing
Yeah.
from Thriller.
Yeah.
I know it's somewhere in August. I'm not sure if it's
August.
21. I'm
Yeah,
not sure.
21.
21. Yeah, it's August 21.
Yeah. I have to see if I can watch it. I think it's probably middle of night, is it? But yeah, we're gonna watch that definitely. Especially after we've had this have this interview as well. Makes it even more fun.
Yeah. So well, there's a debate on the age of the Pac-Man. Do you think that will play a role? He's
Sorry,
already about the age. He's already
the age.
42. Yeah. Do you think being 42 would be a factor in this fight? To any boxer,
Um,
for that matter.
I think you mean age. I think age has a factor,
Mhm.
definitely, but it's still a preparations you do. So some people just have they still got it in them and they know how to prepare and how to look after their body, how to eat the right things, how to drink enough water, how to sleep. It's so much more to it. Only like the age. I mean, female boxers, they seem to be a little bit older when they start, and they turn out being really good, or really good as well. So no, I can't see. I will never say age is a problem if you do the right thing to prepare.
Okay. Mika?
Yeah. So Lucy, you did karate before, right? And we all know that in boxing, your legs are play a big role. Did your karate background somehow help you? Because we all know we have all these drills for the legs. Did your karate background somehow help you get past those difficult drills that we have?
I think I always had a strength. Always a base strength. I always had. But I do a lot of leg training. I do jumps. I do sprints. I push my legs until they don't want to walk. I think that is the most important. But also do some heavy lifting or explosive lift as well. So you mix it up. So you get like a power, not only building muscles, but you need to get the power. And how do you do that? Yes, you lift something heavy and then you go and you do a jump straight after. So you use this energy straight into an explosive movement. I mean, in boxing, it is loads of legs in many different directions. You need to be flexible as well, and you need to move around. But But if you can do all the strength, you can do all the conditioning and really push your legs. But then most of all, you need to do the skill. So you need to train boxing. So you use this, and then bring it into the boxing. And it's hard to explain. There's so much you
Yeah.
can. I can talk for hours, but it's. There is I do believe it's a little bit like MMA still. If you want to be strong in your body, you will be strong in the ring. So you need to do a lot, and you need to do different things. Work on one leg, for example. You do a squat on one leg, and then you do on the other leg. So you mix it up. That's
Yeah.
what mix it up will get your body fully strong.
That's amazing. I think you have a really deep understanding about boxing and and how you train for boxing. You really have a very intellectual approach in your training. Do you find yourself coaching in the future and impart this knowledge that you have to other girls?
It's a good question. There's many people saying to me that they would like to see me as a trainer or as a manager, and I will need to see once I finish if I want to. I love train people, and I love to see people become better in all different directions. I would like to see what I can do as a manager as well, and help someone. But I will only train the people that really got a mindset or are ready to put up a bigger mindset to go places. I won't waste my time for someone that is not ready to dig deep in the gym, because you need to have that, and that's what's interesting me in people. So if I one day find someone that got that, yes, I will help them with all and everything. Who knows? I might go once I finish boxing. I might do a bit more CrossFit, or then maybe get a family. There's more to it as well, but we'll have to see. It's a lot to do.
There is. Or you might have your gym in your ranch in Texas.
Yeah, maybe I maybe have that. Do a boxing and a horse gym.
Yeah, that would be fun. That's nice. Thank you, Lucy. Vince, you have questions?
Yeah, thank you, Rika. Lucy, which part of your boxing do you think still needs some work, needs an area for improvement?
Do you mean in general?
Yes, your boxing. Is it lateral movement? Is it moving side to side, or cardio? Is there anything that you would like to, anything you're working on that you would like to improve?
More strategy, different situations. So what you do in these situations. Well, I also know that it comes with more training and more fights. I need a couple more fights to get into more different situations. Getting used to going and travel more, going into to the fights and meet people. I don't know really what to say. Yes, I need to improve all and everything. I need to be I want to be stronger. I want to be fitter. I want to be smarter. All of that. So it's never ending, really. Yeah.
Yeah, I read in that same article I was telling you about that you're close to your mother. Explain to us the feeling when she saw you fight for the first time.
She always been so nervous, and she talks more to me than I talk to her. It's like she messaged me, or before previously she used to message me every day, and she wasn't that happy that I was boxing and that I want this as a job, because it's hard, especially maybe if you're from Sweden. You can see that this is a full-time job, but you can earn money from it as well. It's hard to understand that, but with a little bit of time, and she got used to it, and she could see my passion coming through. She has supported me, and she loves it, and she knows she's the mum of me, and she feel proud, and she feel happy, and she support me, and Yeah, I mean, she's in Sweden now, but we speak on the phone every other day. We send texts. She's my closest friend, and the only friend I really talk to if I need to. I can always call up. She always have time for me. I mean, they come all the way to Malta. They have come to my fights before. And she sits there and she loves it, and she used to scream her throat away, but oh, do this, do that, do this. And I just love to listen to it back. It's so nice.
Okay. Let's say, well, on the 30th, let's say you win the WBC belt. Are you looking to stay active and fight four times a year to defend the belt, or take a more low-key activity, fighting twice a year? What would be the next step if, or let's say when you win the belt on the 30th?
So after I'm coming home with this belt, we've got a lot of different opportunities that we're looking into. I would be very happy to defend it a couple of times or get for another belt. I mean, if I get a good chance for a great world title, I might take that. Might go to America. We've got opportunities out there. It's all about timing and see what happens really. At the moment, I'm only focused on this fight now. I know I've got all these other bits coming around, but I only focus on this one and then see what happens after this one, where we go next. It's easy to set up a plan, but you need to finish the fight first, because otherwise you won't be there in your head if you know I'm going to do this and that and that as well. So one step in a time.
All right, Brian.
Okay, we have a follow-up question from Peter. Well, a lot. Well, here. First question. Speaking of preparations, what's your recovery food after a fight?
My recovery food. I do like to have a glass of wine. It's not often, but I have a glass of wine. Not two. I have one, and then I might have a few nuts as well. But other than that, I don't eat. I never overeat. I never eat something really, really bad. If I have a chocolate, I'm talking about it's a little bit bitter, I can really enjoy. Or if I have kebab, I do have the rice. I have a little piece of bread, and then I do chicken kebab. And so I can have those sort of things, and I enjoy it. But I don't go crazy. I don't do that. So still being good with my body, because I know there might be a world title around the corner. I need to be ready for that.
So that includes even heavy workouts. That's still saying. All right. And another after your boxing career, he asks, how would you like to be remembered by the people? I mean, this is gonna be a long way. You're still young. Okay. Well, that's his question. How would you like to be remembered? Somewhere along years to come.
I would like to be remembered like the girl that really pushed hard for many, many years to get where she wanted. She didn't give up. She didn't give up. It's been a roller coaster, but it turned out good in the end, and she really, really could dig in, and she did it. She did it.
All right, Peter.
I don't know. It's just a hard question.
Well, Peter's asking a lot of questions, but that's good. Anyway, my question, Lucy, I'm just gonna pick up from what Vince said earlier about the YouTubers fighting. What if you were challenged to such a fight? Would you accept it?
Yes. Obviously, that's hard to. You mean if I was asked to fight a YouTuber?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know, to be honest, because I'm in the sport of boxing, and I think it should be a little bit fair. It should be fair that we are the same it's a 50-50 fight, or someone else has trained as much as me, the same on the ranking as me. Yeah, I can't really answer that, but it's more to it. If there's great money as well, yeah, maybe you need to do it, because obviously you got a house to pay as well. So it's more to it. Yeah.
What about if it's an MMA fighter?
Um, I would like to do an MMA fight. It's so hard as well. I would love to do it, and I don't know why. It's just something, because obviously I've done a bit of MMA, and I know I'm not bad. Obviously I need do some training, but who knows? I might, once I finish boxer, do a couple of them, just for enjoyment. I don't know.
Right, I'm putting you in a corner.
Would
Right.
you like to see me do MMA?
Do you have videos of that?
No, I mean, would you like to see me in future do some MMA?
Well, of course.
Definitely, yeah.
Definitely.
That would be great.
Yeah, that would be great.
Actually, if you, for example, PFL, they do seasonal MMA fights, right? So the promotion PFL, so
Yeah.
they can accommodate. You can sort of like fit it inside your schedule,
Yeah.
right? If it
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised.
Cross train with MMA, Lucy.
yeah, that would be
Yeah.
amazing.
I just in 10 days in a week. That's all.
Yeah, before I turn it over to Rika, I just want to ask Lucy, along the way when your fights and your training, did you ever suffer any injuries?
Let me see. Yes, I have. I've hurt my hand many years ago as an amateur, but it's all fine now. I've broken my feet. I broke both my feet in karate once. We had a show, and there was someone that did this Cicero, so I fall on the floor, and so I broke both feet, and that was quite fun. Otherwise, no, not really. Yeah, twisted something here and then. No, I've been quite fine actually.
Very tough. Rika?
Yeah. You said a while ago there was something interesting that you said, that females or women boxers start a little bit later than our male counterparts. Is that the same case with you? And if so, what is your story? How did you, or why, and how did you start?
I think I'm quite happy that I started around when I was 20. I'm 28 today, because I think you need to be a little bit mature to get into such a hard sport.
Yeah.
Now for me, I moved for work in Sweden to another place quite far away, and they didn't have any karate studio there. So I went to a boxing gym, and yeah, I loved it from the first day, because it was so hard. I was exhausted. I was sweating. We trained so hard. There was a small little shitty gym, and I felt like I belong here. So from then I went second day as well, and the third day, and then I decided I want this as my career, and I haven't forgot the first feeling of being in this gym since then, and I still on the path. And it's 8 years later, so yeah, it's a long career, but we're getting there slowly.
That's such an amazing feeling, right? Feeling that this is the sport for you. That must be such a great feeling, right? The stars align for you. But yeah, another question I have is, being a female boxer in such a male dominated world, what are some of the challenges that you've encountered during your 8-year career in boxing as a female?
I mean, it is a man dominated world. So, but I haven't seen it like that. I haven't felt that. I haven't felt like I haven't been allowed to come in a gym, or the other men they've come like standing in front of me or go before me or something. I haven't had any negative feelings like that. But as a female, yeah, it might be a little bit more difficult to be picked up, or people believe that you're good. Or sometimes I know there was somewhere I went in and I said to them, I'm good. I was a little bit like, look at me. because I wanted to show, I wanted to be with this team. So I tried to show off a little bit, and the trainer said to me, "Don't think you are anything. Don't come here and think you're gonna be. You need to build you up, right?" And maybe he was right. I wasn't good enough, but I believe I was good enough by then. But it's it's hard to say. I feel like somehow it gone smooth. Somehow only because you are a female boxer, people don't believe it. They don't believe that you want this as a career, that you can have this as a work, or this is what you do every day. It's just for many it's different.
Yeah, but yeah, I get what you mean. It's not really so much of a challenge. It's just, well, different. It's a different experience for us.
Yeah.
Mm.
I think you need to be strong when you say it, though. This is my career. This is what I want. I have been lately more open with what I want, because then people will understand it as well, and they actually believe in it, and they that way they can help me or support me, or we can have we can speak about it.
Okay.
It's like you need to say what you want, otherwise you won't get it.
Mm-hmm. Speak louder for the women.
A little bit like that.
So they'll listen, right? Yeah. Thank you, Lucy. Vince?
Lucy, you used to compete in the, please correct me if I'm wrong, super featherweight class. The super featherweight, right? And
yeah,
then you.
I did a few. I started in lightweight, then I had one fight in super feather on the way down to featherweight. So, yeah.
Was it because it was some other reason, or was it difficult to make weight for super featherweight?
No, I've never really struggled to make weight. It's all about nutrition and planning your nutrition and have time to do it. I mean, of course, in the worst case, if you get to fight in 2 weeks' time, you need to be quick. But no, I think as more as I train, my weight just comes off. I don't know. Really, I eat similar and same every day. So I know if I change this, I change that, I can go up, or if I change this, I can go down a little bit. I know quite roughly how to do, and because I have so many years of experience as well in the amateurs as well, to stay in a certain weight, I've learned a lot, and I've studied a lot about sport and nutrition. So I feel like I have quite a lot of knowledge about it. So I wouldn't say it's a struggle. It's hard for many. It has been hard for me sometimes. Different periods in your life, or also, but in general, it's not. It's all preparation and plan it really, and count and mathematic. To be honest with you, obviously going down to 50 kilo would be a little bit silly, but you can do a little bit 5 kilo here and then. Everyone can do.
Are there any boxers, Lucy, whose career you're following, or whose boxing style your pattern yours after?
I'm not trying to change my style to anyone, but pick up some bits. I like Canelo, some bits of what he does. I like some bits that Lomachenko does, and I try that sometimes. And though I like Holly Holm, as I said, or Ricky Hatton. Yeah, all those. A little mix between them. Sometimes I go in the ring and I'll try a few things that Mike Tyson do, and sometimes it works. I pick and try, and then I bring it to myself and what I can do. It's make my own out of it. Really, I don't really have a style. I do what I need to do.
Has there in the 8 years that you've been in the fight game or in boxing, has there any unusual or different training method you've tried in the 8 years that you've been boxing, any unusual or anything different in your training that you tried before?
Try it's something I really enjoyed actually. It was when I lived in Stockholm. I had a trainer, Anders Jäderud is his name, and he won the Olympics in 3,000-meter hurdle. And he was my coach for 2 years. So I did conditioning training with him. So we did like hurdle training, which is explosive. You move around and you do jumps in a certain way, and you run them and you sprint them as well. And what we did, or what he added for me, was to do the same, but with punches as well. So which means like I'm moving, but a punch is all coordination. And I've become quite fast with my hands doing that sort of training. I wish I could do more of it now. Actually, I haven't, but I would love to. More work with the hurdles. That was really good. Something different.
Is there any training? And please correct me if I'm wrong, Lucy. Is there any training in, for example, in the U.S. that there isn't in England, which you would love to try?
I actually I don't think I can answer. I don't really know if do you mean a training a place or a certain way of training?
Yeah. Yes.
I'm quite happy how I do now, but I would like to travel to see more. I would like to travel, try some CrossFit gyms over there to see how they are and some of the people, see how what they do differently. But same with the boxing, go to these gyms, see what I have missed out, see what I don't know. Because at the moment, I think I know quite a bit. So I would like to see what I don't know, if it makes sense. I would like to meet Lomachenko, see how he does, for example, because I can tell that he does different stuff. What does he do that other people don't? Or Canelo? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Rika.
Yeah, just a comment about Lomachenko. Did you see his like device wherein he sort of like presses numbers that light up?
Yeah, we got something similar in the gym actually. When you need to be quick, but it lights up. Yeah, it's quite fun.
That looks fun, right? So yes, but I'm interested. You came from the amateur ranks, right?
Yeah.
What made you decide to go pro?
I got a chance to do it. I was thinking about. I had a trainer in Sweden who was a pro trainer, and as more as he spoke about it, as more I become interested and ready into it as well. I could see that do more rounds would suit me, and I would like to feel how it feels, and also be able to look out for your own career better or more, not in a different way. Maybe fight less, but put more into it. So yeah, I got the opportunity to do it once, and I made my own opportunity actually, and then I just went for it. That's it, really.
Yeah. And then this is my final question actually. With all the things that you know, I'm sure you're gonna agree that we sort of like are a living example of the knowledge of all our coaches, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, there isn't so much literature coming out from boxing in terms of like written stuff, written literature. It's all oral tradition.
Yeah.
Is writing a book something that you are thinking about, since you know a lot about boxing and obviously you intellectualize boxing a lot and you know a lot of things? Is that something that you are considering?
Well, it's a good question. I haven't thought about that before, actually. I don't think it's my thing to do. But if if I feel like in a couple of years that I can bring something to the table, to the world, maybe I could. I know boxing or teaching boxing, learning boxing, it's a little bit old school still in some clubs, some parts of the world. So it might help the boxing world to bring out more reading about it. But I do believe there's many other people that are so much better to put this together. Or what people and boxers can do is to get into more science about conditioning, strength, and try to adapt that into boxing. Because obviously boxing is a skill, but you still need the other parts around it. If you was training only boxing 15 hours a week, no, I don't think you will be as good as if you was incorporate all other bits. So yeah, I would, if someone make a book, I would love to read and would love to share it.
Exactly. Yeah, that's something we can maybe look forward to in the future. Hopefully, someone comes up with it. Now,
Yeah.
Brian or Vince.
Yeah, speaking of book writing, um, I know there's a long story, Lucy, behind your last name, and you said that that story will be in a book that you will write someday.
Wow.
Yeah, I might do.
All right. So we have a few minutes left, Lucy. We'd like to ask for your final words for our viewers.
Thank you all and everyone for listen and follow and support. I hope you will keep support me after this, and if you want to send me a message as well, it'll be nice. Thank you for interviewing me, all of you three, and it was really nice, very different. I'll be on this world tour, being out there as well. I'm well happy. It was nice. Thank you very much.
And Brian, your final words.
Well, I'm just thank you, Lucy, for joining us. It was really very informative. We got a lot of things, and sorry I made some hard questions for you, but it was worth it.
Yeah, that is good.
Rika?
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you, Vince, actually, for inviting me here. Such a great episode, such a great talk with Lucy. Thank you, Derek, Brian, also, and Lucy. Thank you so much for such a lovely story. We look forward to you fighting in the 30th, and we wish you all the best. And I would just, speaking of boxing, I just want to, because my coach is watching right now. I just want to greet my coach, Coach Florence Ferrer, who's watching right now, who is also such an encyclopedia of boxing. He's an amazing book of just all the technique. And thank you for thank you to all the viewers also for tuning in.
All right. Well, Lucy, thank you for joining us. Best of luck on the 30th. Break a leg. Well, not literally. Um, um, we wish you the best of luck. We hope you win the belt and many other belts after that. Unify your division, your weight class, and yes, we'll be rooting for you. So thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me and doing all this. I really, really appreciate it. Thanks to all the viewers as well.
Thank you.
Stay safe. Stay safe.
Stay safe.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.